Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 1 Sunday Night Football prediction between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, kicking it off with the injury report, we got kicker Tyler Bass with a hip and groin injury, and defensive tackle Dwayne Carter with an Achilles injury, both out for this game. Then moving on to cornerback Tre'Davious White with a groin injury, he is doubtful for the game. Then we get cornerback Christian Benford with a groin injury and wide receiver Khalil Shakir with an ankle injury. Now, honestly, it's not that bad. Obviously, losing a kicker, well, sometimes is bad, sometimes is good. You never know. Dwayne Carter, pretty decent defensive tackle. Losing him is going to be a bit of an issue, but not as much as losing someone like potentially Tre'Davious White. Now, honestly, I'm thinking that the Ravens are really going to be a bit better on offense because of these injuries on the defense of the Buffalo Bills. But in the end, it's also Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry back there. And this defense would have probably been rocked by them anyways. But for now, I'm still saying it might be 50-50. A decent defense from the Bills with or without injuries, because that's what I think about this Bills defense. And honestly, I think Tre'Davious White will indeed not play in this game. And even so, I still think they'll be able to do decently against the Ravens. Now, moving on to the offense of the Buffalo Bills, we got quarterback Josh Allen, running back James Cook, wide receivers Joshua Palmer, Khalil Shakir, and Keon Coleman. And tight end will be Dalton Kincaid with Dion Dawkins and Spencer Brown at tackles. Guards will be Osiris Torrance and David Edwards, with Connor McGovern at center. Now, when it comes down to this offense of the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen's just lobbing it up for most likely Coleman and Shakir. I don't know much about Palmer other than his time in Los Angeles, as I don't think he did too good, but didn't do bad either. He'll be an okay target there. Dalton Kincaid is someone to watch out. Maybe Dawson Knox a little bit. That offensive line will hold, so I think they're not going to have much problems when it comes to the pass rush. James Cook as well on the ground. He's been pretty good. And honestly, I think that this offense could actually put up some points. But will it be enough to take down the Ravens defense? Now, moving on to the Buffalo Bills defense, we got defensive ends Greg Rousseau and Joey Bosa, defensive tackles Ed Oliver and Daquan Jones, linebackers Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard, and Dorian Williams, cornerbacks Tre'Davious White, who would be replaced by Jamarcus Ingram if he does not play, Christian Benford on the other side, with nickelback Teron Johnson, Cole Bishop at free safety, and Taylor Rapp at strong safety. Now, when it comes to this defense, I think that it's going to be pretty good against the obvious, well, I said pretty good, but realistically, it all depends. Because they got a good front seven in Oliver, Jones, and Bosa, and Rousseau. But is that enough to stop the run game of Derrick Henry? Is that enough to stop the running quarterback they have in Lamar Jackson, or even in his passing game? Could White, Ingram, Johnson, or Benford, or even Bishop and Rapp do anything about it? Maybe. But in the end, it's really going to be up in the air when it comes to the Buffalo Bills defense, especially with those injuries. So, in my opinion, I'm thinking that they're going to be doing pretty well, but it all really depends on the scenario that the Ravens put on the Bills tonight. Now, moving on to the Ravens injury report, we got tight end Isaiah Likely and fullback Patrick Ricard with a foot and calf injury, respectively. Both of them are out for the game. Cornerback Jair Alexander with a knee injury and guard Danielle Falele are also injured. Falele with an illness. But regardless, I think obviously Jair and Falele will play. But the loss of Isaiah Likely is a bit of an issue. Can you trust Mark Andrews at tight end is my question. Honestly, not as bad as the Bills injury report, and I think that the Ravens will have a better opportunity than the Bills. But to be honest, it's football. It could go either ways. In my opinion, right now, I think the Bills are losing when it comes to injuries. Now, moving on to the Ravens offense, we got quarterback Lamar Jackson, running back Derrick Henry, wide receivers Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and DeAndre Hopkins, tight end Mark Andrews, tackles Ronnie Stanley and Roger Rosengarten, with guards being Andrew Voorhees and Daniel Falele, and Tyler Linderbaum as the center. Now, when it comes down to this offensive line, I have a pretty good guess that they will be doing a pretty good job against that front seven of the Buffalo Bills. Derrick Henry's definitely going to get maybe around almost 100 yards in this game. I don't think he's going to pass 100. He'll get a touchdown run. We're going to be seeing some passing touchdowns from Lamar, maybe a bit to DeAndre and maybe Zay Flowers. But in the end, I think that what we're going to see is that we're going to see the Ravens offense really take down the Bills defense. Now, moving on to the defense of the Baltimore Ravens, we got defensive end Broderick Washington Jr., defensive tackle Namdi Madubike. I don't know if that's how you say it, but okay. Travis Jones, the nose tackle. Odafe Owe will be the edge rusher. Sam linebacker is Kyle Van Noy. Mike linebacker will be Roquan Smith. And Trenton Simpson as the weak side linebacker. With cornerbacks being Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins. Free safety will be Malachi Starks with Kyle Hamilton as the strong safety. Now, this defense is pretty good. So I'm expecting a lot of good plays from them and to take advantage of the Buffalo Bills every once in a while. But realistically, it could also be an issue with how well they can perform against this Bills offense. I mean, they are going up against James Cook and they are going up against Josh Allen. Like, this is going to be a tough team to beat, especially for this kind of territory where they're playing at home. And usually Buffalo home games are pretty good for the Buffalo Bills. So I'm expecting this to be a tough game for both teams. But this defense might actually have the opportunity to take down Josh Allen constantly. Now, in conclusion, I'm going to give this game to the Ravens, 24-23. I think a game-sealing field goal by the Baltimore Ravens will be what gives them the win. I don't think that really much is to say about them. Like, this is going to be what happens. They're going to get that game winner, and then they're going to leave Buffalo with a 1-point win. So I think Lamar Jackson's definitely going to be getting a rushing touchdown, maybe 2 passing touchdowns, maybe. Or maybe that rushing touchdown goes to Derrick Henry, like I said earlier. And eventually, we're going to be seeing the same kind of thing happening over there on the Buffalo sideline. Eventually, unfortunately, at least for the Buffalo Bills, they will not be coming out with the win, and instead, they'll be staying at home, and I don't know what their next game is, but hopefully preparing to win the next one, because I expect Buffalo and Baltimore to be 2 of the best teams in the National Football League, especially both to be in the playoffs. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas, and also tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.